Clearly Reviews, and here today we're going to be doing a top 20 list on the best strains of 2023 that I've reviewed. So this is basically going to be a list of strains that I truly believe deserved the spot, and they also are going to be judged based upon what they actually got as a final overall ranking. So let's start off with number 20. Number 20 is Cherry Pie, coming from KF Craft Organics. This was a great strain right here. Cherry Pie is always a great strain. You'll actually see it again on this same list. Cherry Pie is definitely a great strain, so big respect to this one. This one definitely deserves this spot, and definitely shout out to KF Craft Organics. They're doing great work. So let's move on. Number 19 is going to be the Velvet Glove, coming from Teaming with Terps. This one right here is a cross of the GMO and the Nookies. This one right here is definitely a strain that is going to impress most people, and it's definitely going to be something that deserves a spot on this list. I think that this is a strain that has a lot of potential, so definitely really enjoy this one. Number 18, the James OG, grown by Snowtill Organics. This one definitely had a lot of flaws, and I cannot lie, it just is a great strain, but the way it was burning at first was harsh. So after I flushed it and did that part, it was burning great. So that is definitely something that made it get a lower ranking and made it so it didn't get higher on this list. But this strain is well deserving of being on this list, so definitely big respect to them. Number 17 is going to be the Big Bad Wolf. The Big Bad Wolf is coming from Nature Always Wins. Nature Always Wins is out of New York, upstate New York, and they're doing some really high-end stuff. I'm actually not 100% positive what the genetics of this strain is, but I'll put it right up here. It's definitely a strain that didn't necessarily get the best overall ranking from me, but my experience with it and my memory of it is so great that I had to throw it into this list. Number 16 is going to be Sour D from Bronson. This one right here is definitely something that deserves this spot. It's definitely something that not only left a great memory, but it was something that introduced me to what sour can actually be like. And this one right here was definitely enjoyable. I definitely really did enjoy this one, so it definitely belongs on this list. Number 15 is going to be the Banana Cake, and it's coming from the Heirloom Collective. This is actually a brand that is on the legal market in Massachusetts, and they're actually doing some really high level stuff. I would actually say that they definitely deserve a spot on this list, and this Banana Cake was really nice. I believe it was wedding cake times banana OG, and it definitely was impressive. I'd actually say that this is something that I would go buy again, even though I'm not a huge fan of the legal side. So this definitely was nice. Number 14 is going to be the Melon Berries, coming from Kapow Berries. This one was definitely interesting because this one really did have this taste that was super hard to put like a name on. It's something that was very hard to guess the genetics of, and honestly it was just one of those mysterious strains that I really enjoyed. It definitely checked off most of the boxes, so I would say the Melon Berries definitely is really nice, and it's well deserving of being on this list. Number 13 is going to be the Forum Cookies, and this one's going to be coming from Nature Always Wins. As you've seen, Nature Always Wins is definitely something that is always winning, and it's always going to be on these big lists because they're doing great work. So to see Forum Cookies on this is not really a big surprise. This one was definitely a great batch. It wasn't the biggest nugs, but I definitely Really enjoyed this one. It was like the last of it. I literally think I got the last eighth that was there. So it was dope to actually get the chance to try it, and the fact that I had such a great experience with the small nugs should show you something. Number 12, it's going to be the Yellowstone, and this is actually grown by Bronson. This one right here is a very interesting strain. It has a very, very interesting lineage, but here's the genetics right here. It's not coming to me right off the top of my head. I'm not 100% sure what it is off the top of my head, but as you can see, it's actually something wild. I know it's like Iron Lotus times Hawaiian cat piss, I think. I could be right, could be wrong, but if I'm wrong, then that's it right there. Number 11, 818 OG by Burning Rope. This one right here was very impressive, and this was actually my first time trying anything from Burning Rope, and it's definitely not going to be my last. I would say that they definitely are doing some great work, even though they're using stuff that I don't necessarily agree with when it comes to Athena and it comes to all that nonsense, but they're actually getting the job done properly, and they're really doing some great work. So this was really some nice stuff. Number 10, it's going to be the Zazul. The Zazul is the Planet Purple times Skittles, and this one is actually coming from Foo's Flower. This one right here was actually really nice. This is a New York brand that is doing some impressive work, and I'm not 100% sure if they bred this strain or what, but what I do know is this one is booming right now. This Zazul is going around very heavy right now, and it's definitely doing its numbers for a reason. It's a great strain. It's not just candy, but it's also gonna have a little bit of a punch to it that is enjoyable. Number 9, we have the Master, aka Master Kush, and this one's coming from Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon is a great brand. They do great work. I honestly have had a few different strains from them so far, and I would say this Master Kush was probably the best one that I've had from them. It was definitely something that just brought you back to one of the first times you ever smoked. Even if you were someone that was smoking the budget Kush at the beginning, it's so interesting to get your chance to try some really high-end Kush nowadays, because it is nostalgic, regardless of it if it's gonna bring you back to the memories of, oh wow, I was smoking trash. But that moves us on to number 8. Number 8 is gonna be Cherry Pie, and as I mentioned before, this one is coming from Nature Always Wins, because nature always wins, I guess. Cherry Pie though, this one right here is just a phenomenal strain. If you haven't tried Cherry Pie, I don't know what the hell you're doing. You need to go search for it right now and find it. Cherry Pie is one of the best strains the world has ever seen. Not only does it have this amazing taste that is going to impress everyone that tries it, but it's also going to have this great high that is very euphoric and just so nice. It's going to be so nice. I guarantee you, if you try Cherry Pie and come back here, you're not going to be telling me that you didn't like it. I guarantee you're going to say you loved it. Or if you have already tried it and you go leave a comment, I guarantee you it's going to be positive about Cherry Pie. If it's negative about Cherry Pie, then I would love to meet you. I would love to see who you are, because you have to be an alien. Number 7, we have the Nightshade. Nightshade is actually coming from Connected. This one is just so interesting and so unique that I actually do truly believe it deserves this spot on this list. A lot of people aren't going to be too big of fans of Connected and just like the whole commercial movement, but this strain right here is super unique. It has very interesting lineage, and it deserves this spot. That moves us on to number 6. Number 6 is actually going to be coming from another legal brand, and this legal brand that is coming from is Tower 3. but the strain that I'm talking about is called Half Pint. Half Pint is actually a very interesting strain. I am blanking on the genetics. I think it's horchata times runts, but whatever it is, I'm going to leave it right up here. It's definitely a strain that you will be very impressed with, and not only will you be impressed with it, you will definitely be going back for more. I have went back for more. Definitely. This is definitely a strain that I was just very surprised is even on the legal market as well too, because this brand right here is growing in soil. They're doing a living soil method where it's actually done right. They actually have teaming with terps working with them now, and it's just a very interesting thing to see on the legal side. So big respect to them for collaborating and doing it the right way. But now we are into the top 5. These are some very, very high-end, heady strains that I have been just blown away by. So big respect to all of these ones. They definitely deserve all the respects of the world. But let's move into talking about them. Number 5 is going to be the Bubblegum Do-si-do. And the Bubblegum Do-si-do is actually coming from Waka. There was a few flaws that I found with this strain, but that's just how it is with really high-end fresh flower. When you have real high-end fresh flower, it might not burn the best right away, but just like wine, it will get better with time. It definitely was very interesting to see how great this strain got over time. Number 4, we have the Wookiees. The Wookiees is just phenomenal, but this batch is coming from Tornado Terps, and wow, this batch was mind-blowing. I actually really enjoyed this one. I was definitely glad that I actually got this, and I would say that I would 100% go back and get this one again. It's definitely a strain that I was very impressed with. So this one is well deserving of this spot. Number 3, this one right here is insane. We have the Gasparilla. This one right here is grown by Kush Kirk, and this is very dope to see. Honestly, I'm just amazed to have the opportunity to get to try this, and I actually I can't say that I find any flaws and stuff like this. I would say that this is just amazing to see, and to see how it's grown and everything just puts the cherry on top of it. Number 2, Thunder Monkey. And as I've said before, nature always wins. Thunder Monkey's actually coming from Nature Always Wins again, but this one right here is a cross between some crazy strains. I'm gonna put it up right here. I'm blanking on it, but I think it's GMO times Grease Monkey or something like that, but I'm gonna put it up there just to be sure, just because this one was amazing. This one was definitely something that I was just blown away by, and it was something that I would love to get again. The next time I see this, I'm gonna have to at least grab a zip of it, just because this needs to be in my head stash. I need to be smoking this whenever I have the opportunity. Number 1, we have OG KB. If you aren't familiar with this strain right here, then I don't know. It definitely is possible that I'm throwing this one as number 1 due to recency biased, or I don't know. That's definitely possible. But what I can say for sure is OG is definitely something I put over everything. OG is definitely something that I would say is way, way better than almost any strain that you could am I even going to put that other OG on the list? It's better than any other strain. It's better than any other strain that you could ever list. I would say that Kush and OG, they're very similar in ways, but those two categories are by far my favorite. So OGKB, it just makes so much sense. The Florida Kush times the Girl Scout cookies times the Durban Poison just makes heaven. It's definitely something that I am blown away by every single time. And honestly, I would say that this strain right here is just amazing. So it definitely is well deserving of this spot. And I would 100% say that this is a strain that I'm going to have to go back and get more. But with all this being said, this wraps it up for today. I definitely appreciate you for watching this. If you enjoyed this video today and want to see more similar cannabis content, go subscribe to the channel. I see that there is a large portion of the people that aren't subscribed yet. So if you aren't subscribed yet, definitely go hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing a lot more similar content, but I have a lot more interesting stuff planned for the future. I actually have 2 interviews planned for the near future, so definitely be in tune with that. I definitely want to make sure everyone is able to not only learn about the cannabis but get access to the best of the best. So big respect to everyone and big blessings.